started. Live video.
Are we live now?
Yes.
Live now.
Are we live now?
The way you want it.
Here we go again.
The office
So we're back.
Is anybody going to join us this morning? Did you share it?
Oh no, share.
You guys share it?
Sorry, share.
Let everybody know. Guess I could try and share it too.
Oh, look at that.
You go downstairs.
I'm sharing
You're
myself
sharing. You just shared it.
with myself.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Shut up and dance.
We tell our kids that, but then when we get older, like, no, people want me to share less of myself with them. They're like,
Man, they're like
No.
great big newer houses.
It's funny. That's a great point. When we're kids, we're told to share with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just the structure.
As we get older, like, no, don't share. Don't share your cold with me. Don't share your flu with me.
and I have a cold right now.
Yeah, and he's sharing it.
Rory has refused cuddle time for the last 3 days. I share. I share.
All right, so you were the only person that was watching us.
That's all right.
That was amazing.
That's the way it starts. We're like a slow, like a slow broil. Like, you gotta warm it up a little bit. People are gonna warm up to us. And,
Yep.
and that or it's just nagging. Eventually they're like, okay, God bless it. They've been on for an hour. We'll say hi.
That is so true.
So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so we're back here. Last week we did it from our office.
Yes.
And we decided
yes.
we didn't like that. I didn't like that.
No, not really. Not
It was
really.
dead. It was
No.
kind of dead.
By the way, we just decided to call this Under Contract.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do.
Like
Under
that.
contract with Rory and Little Guy.
Because it's very nice to be under contract.
Under contract with two knuckleheads.
I like it with two knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Wait, you talking about my forehead?
Big forehead, bro.
So last week, I don't know, so I shared it on my personal page, but while we were doing the show, everybody could see that we kept on hitting the button. We kept on hitting, because
yeah.
someone was calling. Come to find out, someone was spoofing my phone number.
Tell us about this. Yeah, Rory, well, we think that or Rory was calling the cops a lot, and I didn't realize.
I was secretly with my eyes, I was 911.
We were trying to figure
911.
out why, with your phone on quiet, it was still blowing up right in the middle of our... We couldn't figure it out, so you called right
Yeah.
after the show. You called.
Yep. One was a 911 dispatch center. Another one was the Kent Police Department.
Yes.
Another one was the Tacoma Police Department. Another one was the DuPont Police Department.
And while we fully expect the police to be calling Rory at any given time, yeah, that was weird.
You guys saw the video. We were busy doing Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have another phone under the desk going, 911, save me, 911. So,
was crazy.
anyway, so hopefully this won't blow up.
you called
Jake's
Verizon.
on here. Look at that. Jake is joining
What's up,
us.
Schley? There's our flooring expert. If you guys
Nice.
need, seriously, if you need amazing floor work done, Schley's your guy. Oh, you like that? Schley's your guy. That's
Schley's your guy.
Catchline, Jake.
You
Hey.
owe us dinner.
Yeah, Jake is a great guy. Salt of the earth. We grew up with Jake, and hey, that's part of our whole Bulldogs promoting Bulldogs, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
guys ever need floor work done, and you don't know Jake, get a hold of us, and we'll put you in touch. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's amazing what he does. So keep doing your thing, Jake. Love watching your family. Anyway, yeah. So you found out that you were getting spoofed, and they were basically doing 911 callbacks. That was
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yep.
Yeah.
How's your coffee over there?
it's my coffee's great.
Tell me all about it.
Yeah, my wife's watching.
Rachel, good morning.
Now she's probably gonna give me a hard time about having coffee because she had coffee at home and I'm having coffee here.
Don't worry, Rachel. I'm not having coffee.
Yeah.
I'm having peppermint tea.
So this guy, the caffeinated real estate agent, is giving up coffee for Lent. So 40 days. Apparently because Jesus was in the desert for 40 days, he's going without coffee for 40 days. Because that's the same thing.
Yeah. And you know,
Same thing.
you know what? Yesterday was tough. I had a massive headache. Anytime, Jake. Anytime.
Anytime, man.
I had a massive headache yesterday. I feel
We'll
so
get
much
Jake on the
better.
show sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get him on the show. He can talk about what he does, show some pictures.
Absolutely.
It'll be good. Yeah, he had a massive headache last night for multiple reasons, but yeah.
Yes.
Coffee.
yes.
So he's drinking tea.
Peppermint tea. So technically, I'm still the caffeinated real estate agent.
Right.
I'm just the coffee
Coffee.
real estate agent.
I thought he was crazy. Should give up something like hair. Give up something, Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
that's when I decided I couldn't be Catholic, right?
That's right. Well, we're working on him.
Although 1 hour mass in and out, feel better about your life. That's kind of enticing. Anyways, so we're gonna get on. We're back in Hampton this week.
Yep, love being here.
Treat us well. This is Rory's home away. Dude's got a coffee mug on the wall, so home away from home.
That's true.
And everyone's always good to us here, and we have this really cool setup where we see the park and crazy things happen. And if you see me freezing, it's because we're right by the door. So, as we get into this, I think we would be remiss not to mention the Florida shooting yesterday at the Parkland area in Florida, the high school. I don't have the words, man. It's it keeps happening. And I don't want to get into a political discussion versus left, right, guns, no guns, all that. It's not about that.
We'll do that on our personal page after this show.
Yeah, but the dialogue needs to be open in this country as far as how to solve it. And it's the sad thing is I was 18 or 19 when Columbine happened in Denver, and we were it was right, knocked us on our back end. It was very shocking and horribly sad, and we'd never seen anything like that before. And now it's like, it's almost like, oh, there's another school shooting. And you don't want to treat it like that, but that's kind of what it's become.
Dude, that's exactly the conversation I had last night with my daughter. She's a 9th grader, and she didn't go to school yesterday because she wasn't feeling good. But we were coming home from Ash Wednesday Mass, and we talked a little bit about the Florida shooting. And I told her, I said, I'm really sad right now, aside from the fact that it's, the loss of 17 lives. But it's what you just said is exactly what I told her. I said, back in '99 when Columbine happened, I was glued to the TV. You could not keep me away from the TV. When I saw that there was a shooting yesterday, I was like,
I'll catch you up later.
I'll catch up later. I got things I got to take care of. And that is such a horrible feeling to have in your soul because 17 people lost their lives. It's because we're so desensitized by it now that if we don't have a school shooting, it's an odd week.
It's I don't really know what to say, and I don't want to bring everyone down, but I think we do need to at least and I know it's an overused thing, but say a prayer, keep them in your thoughts and your prayers.
And we got to start the conversations. And not necessarily on social media, because anybody can be a tough guy or a tough girl on social media. It's having those conversations one-on-one.
And parents talking to their kids and, talking about obviously what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and expressing feelings and giving kids outlets, but also about speaking out if you see something that's wrong or you see something that, and not being afraid to be a voice. I know with my daughters, my 2 oldest ones, when I drop them off at school in the morning, and this is something I'll do with all of them, but we kind of have like a mantra we go through, and one of those things that they always say, I have to say before they get in the car, is be a leader. And to me that encompasses so many things, as far as, not being a mindless sheep and following and always being willing to say something and stick up for those people. And I think, there's this idea out there sometimes with kids is, sorry, my cold, is that you can have, there's got to be leaders and there's got to be, some followers and stuff. And I don't know, man. I think every kid can be a leader in their own right in some way, and part of that is just having courage and strength to stand up and do the right thing. And there's some stories coming out of yesterday that make you proud of some of the kids. And there always is, there's always some gal or some guy that does some incredible things and that would make a parent proud even in that darkest hour. So anyway.
And the thing, and this will lead us into our next topic, really the thing is that all it takes is a, hi. How's your day going? Dude, I like that shirt. Oh, you like that band? I mean, that's all it takes. And we were I think we were talking, no, actually we were talking as we started the show here. We were talking about how you're not supposed to share stuff, and I think part of our society has become, leave me alone. I want to be private. I mean, that's all it takes. Imagine, I always, and I know it's a funny scene in Billy Madison, but I always come back to that scene where Steve Buscemi is crossing people off his list of people that he's going to attack. And it's like, that scene right there actually is pretty poignant. Just say hi to somebody. Just, all it could take is a smile, and you could save lives. I mean, that's how crazy it could be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can remember as much as I can
Morning,
remember.
Kevin.
If you join us throughout this thing, say hi. Drop us a note on there so we know for sure that you're here. And hey, we'll give you a plug if we can, or whatever. And if you have questions, feel free to fire them across there, and we'll read them. Yeah, but I feel that I hope I did always make it a point and did a good job of it in high school of never, outside of razzing your boys, never publicly shaming or insulting anybody, and trying to go out of my way to say hi to people and be nice to even those people who you knew didn't sit at the cool table, or didn't have a lot of friends. And I try to put that into my own kids, and sadly though, bullying's never going to go away. And, and all that, but try to, kids, be the change. What up, brother? Alex Chang, my man.
Good to see Alex.
What's up, buddy? That's my Delta. That dude just drives a Porsche around Delta for a living.
Oh, that's it?
Picking up the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Miss you, man. We gotta get together soon. So anyway, yeah, just give someone a hug, give someone a pat on the back, let them know you care, and kids. Thanks, Ella. Appreciate you, sweetie. Parents, tell your kids.
Just value life.
Yeah.
Just value life. And there's nothing political in that statement. Just value life. Life is beautiful, and there's lives that have been snuffed out because of this tragedy. And again, like you said, we can really get in depth in this, and we're not going to.
Maybe another day.
But the thing is I got some stories for you, Alex. Just
beers on me, my friend.
Just value life. I mean, that right there. Let's go get beers.
Yeah.
Value. I mean, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
We hung out yesterday. Yesterday for a little bit, and we celebrated our first closing together.
As a team, yeah. Not our first closing period.
Right.
We've been doing this a while. But our first one under our Tahoma Homes moniker.
But that's the good stuff right there. What we did yesterday, that was the good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was completely legal.
Yeah.
So anyway.
In most states.
So, Valentine's Day.
We celebrated, Alex, by the way, with some gifts from our good friend Fernando in Miami. So, yeah, Valentine's Day. I know...
What'd you do?
Just had a nice little Valentine's, man. It was nice. My wife put together a sweet dinner. We baked a salmon, and the kids aren't the biggest fan all the time, so she did some pork chops as well. And so we had to choose, and then she did like fondue, right? So we had cheese dip, and we had breads and all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. Girls thought it was really sweet. Yeah. And then we dialed in a little dessert afterwards. She hooked up some chocolate dip with strawberries and bananas and shortcake and marshmallows, and the kids thought it was really cool. It was nice, and we just kind of hung out at the house and gave the kids gifts. And Rach and I aren't like the biggest Valentine's. It's I haven't seen the Valentine's Day that like you could be like the greatest dude in the world.
Here comes a rant.
Yeah, you could be like the greatest dude in the world and give your sugar mama like something on February 15th and the 16th every day throughout the whole year until the 13th of February. And if you miss the 14th, you're like the world's biggest jerk. And I just hate it. Just drives me bananas. And then people get all like,
you got commitment issues.
oh, yeah. Well, that's a lot. That's another story. That's another live with another professional. And then all these, kids and stuff, and people. Now my oldest coming home talking about the single people and blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, who cares? Like, just hug each other, have a good day. So yeah, we had a great night. It was nice. And then Rachel and I watched a movie. There's an independent flick with Jason Bateman that we saw on Netflix, and it was pretty funny.
Which one?
It's called Extract.
Oh, is that like about almond oil or something?
With Mila Kunis and.
I haven't seen it, but it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, it's not winning any awards, but it was funny. So it was Jason Bateman and Ben Affleck just kind of being goofballs.
Yeah.
So anyways, good board.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I got the girls, and I actually got the boys too. Got the boys gifts, Extract. So, and that's the other thing is.
Thanks, love.
That's the other thing is I'm making a point to make sure I get the boys something for Valentine's Day, because I want them to know that, it's not just about the ladies. It's about my dudes too. Now, obviously,
I said this last night. I said this to Rachel last night. Like, why is it always like the dude's gotta? I want to be spoiled once in a while.
And so the thing is the one card that we gave to John. John's 18 and engaged and getting ready to take that next step in his life.
Things, yeah.
And so I gave him a card that I got emotional when I saw it at the store, and I'm like, you know what? Yes, there you go. And then I gave Ryan a silly one, and got Bella and Kaylee sweet ones. They got Christy a poignant one, which is I'm so thankful that you put up with me.
I'm sorry I suck. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, I'm sorry I suck. Happy Valentine's Day. And then we sent Jessie a card as well because she's up at college in Bellingham, and it's important to me. It's important to me to make sure that when the day comes when I leave this planet, I want them to know that their dad loved them hardcore.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I don't want them to ever question that.
It's funny how I am with Valentine's with, Rach and I can be, and how I've always been in my life with Valentine's. But with my kids, I'm just like, make sure they get a card, make sure they feel appreciated, But Valentine's Day should be every day. Make sure they feel good every day. Without
political rant. Here we go.
Hallmark. All right. So
what did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Leave it in the comments below. Tell us, what did you guys do? Rachel, you don't have to because we already know what you did.
Yeah, I already I told
But you can if you want.
Sorry. Yeah, if you want to add to it, if you want to add about how amazing I was, and charming and romantic. Yeah. Anyways, we'd love to hear it. So always we encourage you guys to participate with us, right?
Awesome.
And hey, if you're in the area, I put this out there today on a Facebook post, but like seriously, if you're in the area on a Thursday and you know we're doing this, or you see us live and you just drive by, just swing in here.
We'll buy you.
We'll buy a coffee, throw you on camera, harass you, make you answer some pointed questions. It'll be fun.
Yep.
So work a little, have the girls make something for their mom.
Dude,
good on you, Kevin.
Gangster right there.
Good on you, Kevin. It's important. That's another thing I think is important, right? Kevin. Make sure that your kids are appreciating that, even if you're not together anymore, whatever. It's a good life lesson.
Absolutely. So, and the thing is, even if like for our family, we are still together, it's important. Yeah. Because on the flip side, I jump in my kids' crap if they disrespect mom.
Yeah.
So on the flip side, it's like, hey, I want you guys to also let mom know how much you love her too. So.
Absolutely. Kevin also made the girls a nice dinner.
Nice.
Just the king and his princesses.
Absolutely.
Man. Absolutely. Good job, Kevin.
He's got his priorities in order.
Nice job. Hey, I will call you, by the way, Kevin.
Who's Kevin? What does he do?
Kevin. Yeah, let's give another plug, right? Kevin's our insurance guy, our insurance guru. Why am I slipping on the name? It's
American National.
American National. I want to say American Family. American.
He'll punch you.
Yeah, I know he will. I know. No regard. American National. Yeah. So if you guys, honestly, we were sitting on a couple weeks ago talking about insurance. Kevin is the guy.
Yep.
Price wise, service wise. Family dude, so we love Kevin. So if you ever have an insurance need, holler at Kevin.
Yeah, we made the switch. I want to say we made the switch about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit sooner than that. And been completely satisfied.
Well, I'm going to talk to him later today because I feel like our insurance has been a little too high. I only met Kevin in the last few months. I met him in September. Great dude. So
he's a kook, so you can't go wrong.
I mean, that says it all. So, yeah. All right, cool.
Hey, did we get any questions this week?
We did. We got a few. So we got, looks like 3 real estate related questions and then a couple goofy ones.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Which I think, hey, Melissa, how are you?
I can't believe he submitted that.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
So,
I think people know us, right? They're like,
yes.
Yeah, so.
Like for every 2 legit real estate questions we get like
at least one goofy off the wall, which is totally cool.
Yeah.
Like we're here to have a good time. So hey, let's start with some real estate questions.
Okay.
If you guys have questions and you're watching, feel free. That's a couple weeks ago we had like 20 questions come through.
Dude, we had a lot of questions coming.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Feel free to if you have a question, you're going through something right now, or you're just curious. So
we can either be your real estate agents or Dr. Phil, whichever works for you.
Yeah, he can be Dr. Phil. I always wanted to
what
be
is wrong with
I always
you?
wanted to be like the drill instructor that they brought on to scare the crap out of the kids.
Cash me outside, how about that?
Get your life together. Hello, you. Get your life together, son.
All right, stay on target.
All right, sorry. Yeah. All right, so we'll start off with the real estate question. First one comes from Thomas and Allie in Spanaway. We've been renting for a few years. Is now the right time to buy a home, or should we wait until the house gets cheaper? That's a good question, man. Go for it.
Well, I can tell you this much.
Are they getting cheaper?
They're not getting cheaper.
Yeah.
Nope. And I've said this before, and I was actually doing a little bit of research yesterday for a client, and it's gone up double digits. The prices of houses in Pierce County have gone up double digits for the last 3 to 4 years. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, in 1 year's time, if we use a conservative number of 4.5%,
Yeah.
a
Very conservative.
$250,000 house. Did I do that right? I think I did it wrong.
Jumping up to $11,000 to $12,000.
What's that?
That's not like in the land. It's going to jump up $11,000 to $12,000.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. My math is all of a sudden, it's because I don't have coffee.
Roundabout. Yeah. So for 40 days, this math is going to be off. Anyway.
But the point is that it's, if you use a very conservative number of 5%,
And that is conservative.
you're gonna it's gonna exponentially go up. Yeah. Because that we'll say 2014 when I got into real estate, a house for 200,000. You do 5% on that, how much did it go up?
Oh, 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
So now the next year, 210,000.
Yeah, it's going up 12,000.
And it keeps going, keeps going. So houses are not getting cheaper. And even when the market corrects itself,
Yeah.
which really, I see the market correcting itself in the sense of prices are going to level,
Yeah.
but they're not necessarily going to get cheaper.
Well, the other thing too that people like Thomas and Allie and I have other friends that have asked me this question is, rates are going up.
That's
And
the key.
if Rachel's watching.
Yep.
And that's what she does. She's a lender, and her and I have had this conversation a lot. Is even if prices come down a little bit, the days of 3.5%, 4% rates are gone. Okay? And quite honestly, we don't want to see them again because it's not a sign of a healthy economy. But right now, we're sitting at, 4.5%, 5.25%.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see it up over 6% by the end of the year.
Ella said,
Going back to normal.
Ella says, we are thinking of moving to Idaho, want more property at a decent price while etc. But we aren't sure if we should add on to our current home first, creating a detached garage. I can't see the rest of her question there, but
I'll pull it up.
it's there. She wrote it. We just can't see it here.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what? While you're pulling that up, that's a fantastic point because that's something that we've always talked about with our buyers when we're looking at negotiating an offer.
Yeah.
And say the seller has it at a certain price point, the buyer wants to come in at $10,000 less. When you break out the mortgage calculator, it doesn't really do jack to
Right.
your monthly payment.
Right.
But if you change the interest rate just a tiny bit, that's what makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And so, like Rachel was saying,
They're going back to normal.
They're going back to normal. And normal is what
We've been
Rachel.
spoiled. We've been spoiled for a while.
Yeah, Rachel. What is considered normal?
Yeah.
That would be a good key.
That's a good way to answer. It's like, but that factors into what Thomas and Allie are saying. Is like, waiting for the house to get cheaper. We've been waiting a long time, and would it matter when the rates go down? And I'm a firm believer in always buy always at any time. And I know that some people like to give advice about market and stuff like that. But like, I was telling someone the other day when I bought a new car last year, and I have a harder time buying a new car than I do buying a house. Because the moment I drive my car off the lot, I'm losing value that I'm never going to get back.
Yep.
But
Morning, Katie.
but a property, a home, is always going to provide me a return on investment, right? I just have to hold long enough. It might be in 2 years, it might be in 10 years, but there's no way to lose money on it unless I quit on it.
Right, and the key is, and I got another idea. This is right here, so I don't want to lose it. So stay right there. The key is, I'm losing my mind already. The key is that if you can afford the monthly payment,
Morning Starshine.
then you can go through. I mean, like if you got a house back in 06, 07, and you could afford the payment. If you could afford the payment, you didn't care if the market went down and it came back up.
I mean, perfect example. I bought a home in Ording in 2007, and within 2 years, right?
Yep.
And I got into real estate. Unfortunately, I wasn't in real estate yet. I got into it a year or two later, but otherwise I might have known more about what I was doing.
Yep.
But we were able to hold on. We were able to hold on through all that, and we were able to refinance the rate and get a better rate on it down the road. And now we have a great property that's a great rental for us, for a long time. And so, it was just a matter of holding on. And unfortunately, during that whole recession, that was something that a lot of people didn't do. They didn't hold on long enough. They panicked and ran for the hills. But that's kind of another part of it. But the whole point is, right, is just can afford it and you have your payment locked in, it's never a bad time.
Right,
It's
right.
never a bad time. Just stop paying someone else's mortgage. I mean, by renting their Thomas and Allie, you're buying a house for somebody else.
Right. And the other thing to keep in mind is that if you wait too long, your buying power can go down.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
if you're, and I know we've got a couple buyers that we're working with right now, and it's been tough finding the one for them for
Yeah.
one reason or another. And if rates continue to go up this year, their buying power, when they could originally get like a $275,000 house, they may now only be able to qualify for $250,000,
Yeah.
depending on how the rates go.
Yeah.
So that's the other key too, is if you wait too long, you're not going to be able to get a house that you were hoping to get. You're going to have to settle for something else.
Yeah. I've always told people, if you can buy, buy.
Yeah.
Even if it's not D1 or the dream home or the forever home, if you can buy, buy.
Yep. So if you qualify, absolutely. Stop renting, and
You're making somebody else rich. You're funding somebody else's retirement instead of your own.
And the thing is, if you have questions about that, Rachel is right here, right now,
Yeah.
watching this.
Fire a message off. I'm sure Rachel will
Yep.
see it. She'll respond to you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a good question. And we get that quite a bit. All right, let's jump to a seller question.
All right.
Seller question. Tabitha Geek Harbor wants to know, is staging a home necessary when all we hear is that homes are selling so fast?
I'll let you start off with this one.
I'm a less is more on this. I'm less is more. I have, so my wife just texted me, actually, Rachel. We're just talking about her. She's bailed on the show because my son could hear my voice through the phone and was freaking out trying to find Daddy. So anyway, so she's got off, but she said that if you guys have questions and you put them on there, she'll pull it up and answer for them
Awesome.
in the next couple hours. So yeah, so feel free to put them up there. Rachel will find them. She'll message you or she'll respond on there.
Staging a home.
I don't think it's necessary. I mean, there's two ways you're gonna have a home, right? Vacant or occupied. If it's occupied, help them clean it up, help them declutter and make it look
Right.
open and presentable. If it's vacant, I believe, my personal belief is, and I will be argued this by many people until they're blue in the face, is I like to prep my clients to go into vacant homes as a blank canvas and see what they would do with the place without other things in it. That being said, we have a listing coming up tomorrow. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to say what it is, but that it's vacant. But we did pictures on it when it wasn't vacant,
Right.
because of the way that it was decorated was amazing. The family, right? The Watsons, we'll talk about them again, but Stacy does an incredible job with these cool Pinterest things and just the way she did it. We wanted those for pictures. And, excuse me, when people go see it, of course it'll be vacant, but it was a nice ad for pictures, and I think it helped add some depth for the photographer. But
Yep.
I don't necessarily think that it needs to be staged for showings. I just don't.
Well, that's a good question, because really, is the return on investment there? And the thing is,
Not right now, it's not. I don't.
And I'll kind of pull back the curtain a little bit. If it's a $500,000, $750,000 house, that might be a different story,
Right.
Because it's a different client.
Different demographic.
Yeah. But most of the time, in a certain price range, like you said, people go in there and they start envisioning that's where the TV's going to go, and that's where the couch is going to go, and we're going to put the bed right there. That's good. I think I'm in agreement with you where if it's a certain price point, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's an extra expense that nobody needs to have.
I don't think it's going to increase value. I really don't, or sales price. I've had clients before that are really big on it, and they're like, I really want it staged. We work for the client, so then of course we will do things, but I don't ever recommend it necessarily as something that's needed. So,
Okay.
yeah, good
Awesome.
question though. Good question. All right, so we're going to go to a general question,
Oh, gosh.
or do you want to do those?
We got 4 people watching. Okay.
All right, we'll go general.
Yeah.
So-
Let's go ahead.
We got a couple general questions. First one, and this came from Joe This came from, oh no, this one's from Michelle out in Eatonville. So, Michelle in Eatonville, favorite 80s movie she wants to know.
Oh, this is tough.
Favorite 80s movie.
Oh, this is tough.
There's so many.
Michelle, you're driving a hard deal here.
There's so many.
Okay, I'm gonna cheat.
Do we have to narrow it?
I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna give 3.
Okay. I think that's okay.
Die Hard, Batman, and Back to the Future. Those are probably my 3
Those are good.
top 80s movies
Those
right
are
there.
good. Those are good.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Easy.
And that's the first time I ever was introduced to Snape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first time I ever saw him as an actor. And when he came back years later in a different role, I'm like,
Alan Rickman.
that's Gruber! That's Hans Gruber!
Alan Rickman.
Yes.
May he rest in peace.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He was fantastic. My mom, huge Alan Rickman fan. She loves Alan Rickman. So, it was like a day of mourning when he passed away a couple years ago.
It was a shock.
Yeah, he was young enough. I could go on for days.
I know.
You know, Top Gun.
I knew it. I knew it.
My son's named Maverick.
Exactly. I knew it.
The Goonies, Never-Ending Story, The Man from Snowy River.
I haven't seen that one.
You know, Big Trouble in Little China. That's for my wife. She freaking loves that movie. There's just such great 80s movies out there, right? And there's some really cool Disney ones that I don't think. The Adventures of Natty Dan, I loved when I was a kid. That was an 80s movie. Yeah, the Goonies. I said that. But
Yeah.
like every time I'm in Oregon, we go to the Goonies house or we go on the coast.
Did
so.
you know that they've banned tourists from coming to the house now?
Yeah, I know. But we went and saw it. We were there like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know a couple years ago they did. They actually put tarps up on it, which is funny. If you like Google Earth, there's like tarps on it. No, there was. So you can't see it. So I think,
Miserable existence.
yeah. Why buy the house?
Yeah.
I think a City of Astoria should buy it from them. Landmark
Contact
it.
Josh Brolin or Sean Austin.
Yeah,
and say,
somebody.
hey, you want to
Yeah.
come buy this?
Absolutely.
They got the money.
So yeah, there's so many great movies from that.
You know, every once in a while, I like throwing up a good 80s movie on Netflix just because, like, the old 80s synthesizer and the old 80s cheesy pun lines. And
Well, it was like Beverly Hills Cop. You know, just in like. All right.
Yep.
The thing is, there's so many cult classics that came out of the 80s.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Michelle, we can't just name one favorite movie.
In fact, actually, I think I did about 5 years ago, I think I posted something on Facebook. I said, give me your favorite 80s movie. And I literally got like 200 or 300 responses.
yeah.
Unique movies. That I was just like, oh, this is awesome.
Gremlins. I watched Gremlins around Christmas time.
Gremlins, yeah.
That movie is pretty
Yeah,
disturbing.
It is very disturbing. E.T., extraterrestrial. Yeah. I like your Back to the Future, though. I never get tired of Back to the Future.
I never do too. That's just
Yeah.
that's a freaking classic
Yeah.
right there. You know what's crazy?
The Rocky, I mean, the first Rocky series was in the 70s.
Rocky 4.
But Rocky 3, 4 was in the 80s.
I will break you.
Yeah, I must break you. He's coming back. Creed 2.
Yeah.
So Creed 2 comes out in November, and Dolph Lundgren is back as Ivan Drago.
No.
And his son, supposedly the script is he's got a son, and his son's going to fight Creed.
Oh, that's a real joy
You
face
heard
right
it
there.
here, maybe 4th or 5th, but yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
So, crazy thing with Back to the Future is we are now past where Marty McFly went into the future.
I know, and I still don't have a hoverboard or shoes that like fit to
Flying
me.
car.
Yeah, none of it.
No.
Disappointment. Doc let me down. He fully let us down. So, all right.
All right, what else we got here? Uh-oh, we broke the internet. Can you hold the board?
Yep.
There we go. Congratulations. Come on.
Thank you.
Oh, good grief.
We're
Sorry,
getting
technical
there.
difficulties. Sorry for the bald head.
Like a
Oh
couple
my gosh.
monkeys trying to open the door here.
At least it's a door.
All right, yeah. All right, so we'll move on. Buyer question. Let's go back to a buyer question.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Explain the difference between an inspection and an appraisal and why both are necessary. That's from Joe out in Graham. Go ahead, man.
All right. So it's very easy for this to get meshed together because I've heard it many times. I hope this passes inspection. And the key with an inspection is the inspection is for your informational purposes only.
Yeah.
It's not required. Your lender does not require it. We don't require it. However, we strongly recommend it. And the key is that it allows you to understand what you're buying. And sometimes when you first walk through a house and you fall in love with it, you don't see certain things. And then when you come back in there, I've had it happen before where we've come back in and our buyers have been like, oh, I didn't notice that the first time. Or, oh, I didn't notice that the second time. And the other thing is that the inspector is going to help find things that you could not see.
Stuff in the bones and in the walls. Under the skin.
And there's been many times, and I'll give a plug to Sterling Home Inspection. I joke with them because there's been many times they've killed an inspection or they've killed a deal for me because they do a good job. And some people would be like, "Oh, I can't believe the inspector did that."
I have realtors only using them because of that.
Right. Because here's the thing: is we want you guys to. Katie knows exactly what we're talking about. I'll share that story.
That sounds like the voice of experience.
Yes. The thing is that you want to know what's wrong with the house, if there's anything wrong with the house. And we've had inspections before where they've found nothing. I mean, they really had to try hard to find something.
And the thing is that you're going to find something wrong, whether the house is 100 years old or it just had the last shingle put up on it yesterday.
It's a used house.
Well, even a new house. I've run inspections on new houses, and you still find things.
Yep. Now, how does that differ from an appraiser?
Well, I was going to say real quick, the key with the inspection is what you can live with, what you can do yourself, or finding the things that are disastrous that are going to cost a lot of money to fix.
Right.
You know, so they either need to be fixed or you walk away.
We always say safety and health. Those are the two key things. If it's something that's unsafe or something that's unhealthy, those are the things we're going to want the seller to address. And if the seller doesn't address them, guess who might bring them up?
The appraiser.
The appraiser.
Yeah, so the appraiser, the inspector, here's how I try to just easy. The inspector works for you, the appraiser works for the bank. So the bank is lending you money. You don't need an appraiser if you're buying cash, because you can decide what you're willing to pay, what it's valued to you. But the appraiser works for the bank to ensure that the property is sound and worth its value so that they can loan on it with taking the least risk possible. They're looking for value, and they're looking for any major defects. And those can be subjective to the appraiser, but ultimately that comes after the inspection period. So you run your inspection, you're like, I'm cool with it, let's move forward. The bank will then send out their appraiser, who will say, yep, it's at the value, or it's not at the value.
And then, you know, we've got a closing today
Yeah.
that had issues that the appraiser
Pointed out.
and said these had to be done before they'll close on the loan. And so the roof needed to be replaced, and water in the crawl space had to be removed permanently, not just, oh, hey, I'm going to grab a couple buckets and get it out of here.
New vapor barrier, soap pump, the whole
Exactly.
shebang. Yeah.
And so that's the best way to think about it is the appraiser is still going to have your back too to a certain extent if it's something that is, you know, detrimental to the value of the house.
Yeah.
And so that was the key. Those things couldn't get done until, we couldn't close on the property until those things got done.
Yeah.
And we just got recording numbers this morning that it's closed. Gangster.
The other thing is that an appraiser actually can be a source of protection for the buyers as far as value goes. I've had it happen a few times where there's 12 offers on a property and you're battling it out, and the buyer just wants the house so bad, and that you can't even talk them out of the price. But the appraisers can come in and say the house is not valued at $350,000 that you're in contract at. It's really only $330,000. And what that does is it protects the buyer and the bank won't loan on it. And so the seller has to bring the price down, and so it can protect the buyer and end up saving him money as well.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
both of them are vital. I think that as realtors we have our gripes with appraisers more in general with certain things of the way the process goes, but we also understand the value to the client and the necessity of it.
And and most times appraisers get it right. Most of the times they get it dialed in because we do our research beforehand to see if the seller says what should we put on the market for, or our buyer says is this a good price.
Yeah.
And so we give our opinions on that, and then like for
I'm watching the action.
I know it's getting all exciting on
Yeah.
here. It's nice. it's nice as an agent when an appraiser comes back and says this property is worth this, and you look at your homework and you go, I nailed it.
Nailed
Or
it.
got really close.
Or it's even better is when you come back and you're in contract to say 350, and the appraiser comes back and says that home is valued at 380. Seller can't raise the price on you. You're already in contract.
Instant equity.
You have equity on it. So yeah, that's nice too. So no, good question. You know, there is a lot of waiving inspections going on in this current market, but and I've been a part of them where my clients have decided to waive the inspection. I highly encourage them though. When you can get them, get them.
Well, you know, and the thing is that just because you waive the inspection doesn't mean you still can't have it. It
Yeah,
just means you can't use anything you find in there to have the seller fix.
Yeah, or negotiating or anything like that. So you can do an informational only inspection.
Yeah, and inspections cost about $500, and I know that sounds like a lot of money, but it's a lot cheaper to find out that the house is a lemon
Yeah.
before you move into it than it is to move into it and realize that you got to do $20,000 worth of electrical work.
Yep. Yeah.
So, great question.
All right. We're going on to, we have two general questions basically left.
Okay.
So we teased this one. We teased it on the little video you did earlier.
Uh-oh.
So, many of you see,
Oh, yes, I see.
I don't know.
So, Rory from Puyallup wants to know,
you see that? All right.
should a
the
grown
kid-
man wear a jersey?
So I've gotten this. So I used to work with a guy who'd give me this all the time. Like if he saw me in jersey, he'd be like, "Oh, dude, really? You're a grown man." I don't care. First of all, I'm wearing a Griffey jersey today, and I idolized him as a kid. Anyway, so then you say, "Well, then why do you wear a Cam Chancellor jersey?"
Because I don't fit into it right now.
Yeah. I know, here's the thing about it. I've heard this before, like I won't wear I'm a grown man and this, that. I think it's dumb. I just think it's dumb. I'm not, yes, I'm a grown man, but I'm a fan, right? And this is something I thought about one time. The dude that I used to work with, that would give me a hard time about it all the time, wore like tour t-shirts all the time. So like, Metallica tour, blah, blah, and I'm like, what is the difference? You're wearing basically the band's jersey.
Yep.
Same as I'm wearing a jersey. And by the way, the reason for this one today is pitchers and catchers reported yesterday from Mariners spring training. They're on the field today for the first time this spring. I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm back as a fan, even though sometime in August every year I say I'm done. Here I sit. And this is the Junior Hall of Fame jersey. So
Very cool.
And
I have to admit, when I watched that ceremony, I teared up. He's the man.
I did too. I was there. Well, not the Hall of Fame. I went to the Hall of Fame where they retired his number here and all that.
Cool.
And I recorded the whole thing, and I sat there with tears. And I think that if you were a kid in the Northwest, actually, forget that. I think if you were a baseball fan, a child that was a fan of baseball, at any time in the late '80s through the early 2000s,
You idolized him.
You idolized him, and it was the best part of your day, and it was watching the things he would do on a daily basis. For my money, and there's arguments to be made, and I didn't watch Willie Mays, and I didn't watch Mickey Mantle, and I didn't watch Babe Ruth, but he's the greatest baseball player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That I've ever seen.
And it was all natural.
In his prime.
It's all natural talent. I mean, that's the awesome
Yeah.
thing. He's never once been tainted with steroid talk
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And I just, it makes me sad that his career was cut short, or his pursuit for.
Well, he missed over 300 games due to injury
Yeah,
in the last
yeah.
6-7 years of his career. If you think about that, that's 100 home runs at least.
Gosh. Yeah.
So
And he was on a pace. I mean, I think his first year in Cincinnati, he had a really solid year, but after
yeah, he
that,
had 40 something. It was a while though that he said it was no doubt he would break Henry Aaron's home run record, and yeah. But anyways, we're off topic. We love Ken Griffey Jr.
I have to say, I'm
Yeah.
still on topic here. Kind of on topic, not. I went to the game that he came back to Seattle as a Cincinnati
He
Red.
hit the home run.
Dude, that place was electric.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. And I remember watching the post-game show on the news, and he was like, he couldn't handle himself. He's like, I can't believe that everybody loved us, or that they loved me. And I kept on thinking to myself, dude, we would have loved you forever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, his old man told him.
I don't blame him for leaving. I don't. You know, he's an eccentric, kind of eclectic kind of a dude, and being near family was more important to him. You know, and I understand that. And when he was milling that around, and people started to give him a lot of backlash about it, it was unfortunate.
You know, I often think what could have been, because right after he left,
Yeah.
we made the playoff push.
Well, the next year we got Ichiro.
Yeah.
he was gone here and then got Ichiro.
116.
Well, we won 116 Ichiro's rookie year, 2001.
Oh, 2001. That's right. I keep on. Yeah.
So you think about a team, and it was the year. So it was Griffey left, and then A-Rod left, and then Ichiro came.
Was A-Rod here for 116?
No, it was the first year without him, I believe.
That's wow.
So can you imagine if they would have stayed and we wouldn't have traded Randy Johnson and we had Randy on the hill and Edgar and Jay Buhner probably would have DH Ken Griffey.
That's
you had
right,
Ichiro playing
because-
right field, Olerud, Brett Boone at second. Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry.
In
Now we're
another
getting
world.
off talking.
another
Now we're like
world.
two old men. Oh, remember the good old days.
so anyways, the whole thing with jerseys, I rock a Griffey jersey, I rock a Cam Chancellor jersey, I rock a Steve Largent jersey, a Cortez Kennedy, a Sean Alexander, a Matt Hasselback, Sean Kemp.
Alexander.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm a fan, and to be completely honest, man, watching sports is like being a kid again, right? I mean, we don't get to dress up in pads on Sundays and go out and play. We weren't good enough, so it's fun to recapture that and to celebrate your team and celebrate your favorite players. And so, all you
basically, he
misers out
doesn't
there,
care.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. Basically, he doesn't care.
Yeah, say something.
So take that, Rory and Puyallup.
All right, we're going to roll through some announcements if there aren't any more questions, although if you have them, just keep
Yeah, we still got at least
drop
3
them.
people on here, so right.
I'll let you go with this because this was your baby.
Where, right? I'm trying to find. Where's the 3 at? Is it right in your face? Yep, there it is, right in your face. 3 people right there. It's easy.
You know
All
what
right.
I'm surprised at with this thing though is a lot of times we get that, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5,
Yeah.
last we get like 10. But the tread that this gets sometimes afterwards, like
Yeah.
like we'll look at it later today and it's like your show's been viewed like 700 times. I'm like,
Yeah, it's pretty
I know,
cool. You guys
700
are
people.
awesome. It's you guys.
yeah.
It's
We
not
don't know
us.
700 people, let alone 700 people that like us. So anyway,
I barely got 3 people that like me.
and to think about that, there's 6 people in his family outside him. So all right.
Well, first things first, congratulations to the Watson family. They closed on a house on Tuesday.
Yes.
It's been 10 years in the making to get to this point. And I actually saw Stacy posted on Facebook yesterday that she actually spent the night in their house.
Really,
I mean,
awesome.
she was not kidding when she said, "We are moving and we're getting in there." And they celebrated Valentine's Day and spent the night in their new house.
Thank
So-
you. Hey, Corey and Stacy, thank you so much for trusting this guy and our team. And what a great, I'm glad that we got a chance to meet them. And
Absolutely.
just cool people. That's the one we took pictures of the old house, and she does an amazing job on the inside.
Yep.
Her Pinterest ideas, I'm going to join her Pinterest Etsy group that she forms someday. I'll be the only dude, but man, yeah. So,
And then what is not on here is congratulations to my parish, All Saints Parish. They trusted this knucklehead to help them get a house
the
that
guy
used
that's
to be a
giving up
rental.
coffee, yeah.
Gave a coffee, yeah. They trusted me to help them sell that property, and we just got word this morning.
Half an
closing
hour
numbers
ago.
came in and
It's recorded.
closed.
Yeah,
So congratulations to them too.
The Catholic Church on selling your property through
Yep.
Pitts, through Rory Pitts.
I'm beyond honored that. I mean, I know we have other realtors that go to our parish, and
Yeah.
for them to ask
Yeah.
me to help, it truly means a lot.
What a great group of people too. I mean, I wasn't as hands-on with that whole thing, but I had the opportunity to meet Carmen and be on the call with Deacon Dave once, and just cool people, man.
Yeah.
So you're surrounded by good people. So that's good stuff. So congrats
Good stuff.
on there. Hey, we want to give a shout out to one of our partners, TJ Face, out in Belfair. For those of you who don't know, TJ is a sales director for Heritage Distilling in Gig Harbor. Their brown sugar bourbon is.
Oh man.
So they make a great product, and TJ's your guy for that. And TJ, outside of that, TJ does some amazing work in the community, some good things giving back. But anyways,
Twins, huh?
plug, yeah. His wife gave birth to twins the other day. that picture of him on Facebook.
I love that picture.
He's holding. If you know TJ, go to his Facebook page. It's
We'll
a
have
look
to-
of like
Now
I'm
what?
happy, but what do I do now? Like, oh God, like I'm not gonna sleep for like 5 years.
The idea of twins was a good idea. Oh, it's really happening.
They're so cute. But wait. But yeah, congratulations. That's amazing.
We'll have to tag TJ on
Yeah.
here so he'll hear the
Absolutely.
announcement.
And also, Steven Sellers and his wife Nan, the birth of their son Roland. He came a little bit early, and there were some complications. But he was like 3 weeks early and still over 8 pounds. Steven, if you would have gone term, he would have been like your size when he was born. So it's probably good for Nan that didn't happen. So congratulations on welcoming your first child into the world. He's absolutely adorable. I'll probably be up this weekend. I'm going to drop off a gift to you. Love you guys. Congrats. Happy birthday to my friend and our client, Mark Dworsky, February 16th, tomorrow. Mark, before I got into real estate, gave me, and I got in the Marine Corps, he gave me a job. I worked for him as a sales manager with Fastenal, and then once I got into real estate and I left that world, Mark was going through some changes in his life, and he reached out to me, and he chose me and allowed me to work on his behalf to help him find a new home for him and his kids. And he still sends me pictures of him having a beer on his deck, looking out over the bay out there in Long Branch, which is great. So anyways, I love Mark. I have a deep spot for Mark. He's a mentor and just a wonderful guy. Happy birthday, my friend. Enjoy.
Awesome.
Here's to you.
Yes, absolutely. Happy birthday.
All right.
And then one final thing we got to reach out to you guys and let you guys know about is I will actually be teaching a home buyer education seminar on March 10th. And I'll be doing this with Megan Wentland. Megan is a partner in our office with Envoy Mortgage, and super excited. If you don't even know, if you're kind of like, maybe we should buy a house, but we're still renting, like we talked about earlier, come to it. It's free. We're gonna buy you lunch. You're gonna get 5 hours worth of
I might
good
come
stuff.
just for lunch. So.
I mean, that's why I'm doing it. No. But it's good stuff. We talk about everything. We talk about budgeting to find a house. We talk about the things that you need to do when you're going through the home buying process. Then we talk about all kinds of different aspects of buying a home. And they used to call it a first-time home buyers class, but really it's a good class for anybody that needs a refresher.
Yeah.
Because there are families out there that they got a house, they actually ran into some hard times, went through foreclosure, and they haven't had a house for a few years, and they want to understand the process again. So,
Yep.
it's a great opportunity. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us. We'll get you in contact with Megan, get you registered and everything.
Yeah.
And again, it's from 9 to 2. We buy you lunch. It's right there in downtown Sumner.
What's for lunch?
I believe it's Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's is really fast.
It's freaky fast. But yeah, so just let us know if you're interested in being a part of that.
Hey, real quick too, Ella, you posted your question earlier. Had not forgot about you. I just messaged you. We'll send you our thoughts. So about the expansion on the home, the
Okay.
move to Idaho. So we haven't forgot about you. I think the answer is probably a little bit more in depth than everyone here wants to hear.
You know what? We'll post something on this thread.
Yeah.
Just so we kind of helps people out too. But yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
a little more in depth with.
Absolutely.
With
Thanks
them.
for the question, Ella. Yeah, guys, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Rory's heading out. His daughter's a state choir honoree, right?
Yep. She's part of the Washington All-State choir.
All-Star. I'm going All-Star.
Yeah, we'll go
Have you heard her
All-Star
sing?
too.
It's All-Star. Congratulations, Kaylee. Good work.
Yeah, so we're doing that this weekend, and my main man here is going to cover.
It'll be chaos. I'm going to be running all over the side of the state while he's over there having a good time. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
what we do this for. So,
Because when people think of good time, they think of Yakima.
absolutely. Do they have beer? It's a good time. Hey,
Oh my gosh.
Love you guys. Have a
All
great
right,
weekend.
that's it. Take care of yourselves. Want to use my old tagline? Or do you want to keep my old tagline in my own place?
What's that?
Go out there. Make sure you guys perk up somebody's day, huh?
Do some good.
Or steep it, I guess.
Hey, and honestly, remember we were talking about when we started out the school shooting, give someone a hug today. Someone
Yes.
you don't see, compliment them, tell them you love them, tell them they're awesome, and make someone feel good about who they are. So,
Whoa,
we're moving.
it moved on its own.
All right, bye guys. Have a good
See you
weekend.
guys.
I'm gone.